Have you ever looked in the mirror right before leaving the house and realized your outfit is perfectly comfortable, but it looks like you just entirely gave up? It happens to almost all of us. Somewhere around 60, we get hit with this unwritten rule that says we need to fade into the background, stop trying so hard, and choose utility over everything else. We walk into stores and the mature sections are filled with clothes that are shapeless, colorless, and completely lacking in spirit. But here's where most people get it wrong. Looking effortlessly polished and expensive isn't about spending a fortune, and it definitely isn't about being uncomfortable. It is actually just a simple, repeatable system of three things: line, structure, and fabric integrity. When we ignore those three things, we accidentally fall into style traps that make us look tired or weighed down. Today, we are going to walk through 5 everyday items that unintentionally scream, "I've given up," and the realistic, comfortable swaps that instantly make you look put together. Let's start with the upper body, because this is the very first thing people notice when you walk into a room. It sets the tone for your entire posture and presence. The biggest style trap here is the shapeless, oversized fleece jacket, or the thin, slouchy, pilled cardigan. Now, I completely understand why we reach for these. Fleece is warm, it's incredibly soft, and you can throw it in the washing machine without a second thought. It feels like a warm hug on a chilly morning. But from a visual perspective, thin fleece and flimsy knits have zero inherent structure. Because the fabric has no body of its own, it simply collapses over your shoulders, following any rounding of the upper back or changes in posture that naturally happen as we mature. When a garment has a dropped, unstructured shoulder seam and a sagging hemline, it instantly pulls the eye downward. It communicates to the world that you've prioritized pure utility and that clean lines no longer matter to you. This is where things start to change. You do not have to sacrifice that cozy, warm feeling just to look elegant. The swap here is a heavy gauge structured knit, often called a coatigan, or a beautifully tailored knit blazer. Now, here's the part that actually makes this work. What we are looking for are fabrics with actual weight and density. Think boiled wool, a heavy compact cotton blend, or a tightly knit merino wool. When you put on a structured knit, a bit of styling magic happens. The garment brings its own structure to your body rather than relying on your body to shape the garment. The shoulder seams should sit precisely on your natural shoulder bone, creating a clean, crisp, horizontal line. This instantly lifts your posture, pulls the eye upward, and gives you a commanding, elegant presence. You might be thinking, won't a structured jacket feel stiff and restrictive when I'm driving or running errands? That is the beauty of a high-quality knit. It still stretches, it still moves with you, and it breathes. But because the fabric has density, it holds its shape. It creates a smooth silhouette over your back and arms without clinging to the wrong places. It looks like an intentional, high-end design choice rather than an afterthought. By the way, if you're enjoying this realistic, no-nonsense approach to style, please take a quick second to hit that subscribe button. We are building a community here dedicated entirely to helping women over 60 look and feel deeply visible, confident, and elegant every single day. I'd love to have you join us. Now, moving down from the upper body, let us talk about shoes, because this is an area where a lot of us really struggle. I know that after 60, foot health is absolutely non-negotiable. If your feet hurt, your entire day is ruined, your back aches, and your mood plummets. Because of things like bunions, arthritis, or a loss of natural cushioning, the default choice for so many women becomes those heavy, hyper-athletic mesh running shoes with the massive multicolored soles or the wide Velcro straps. Now, let's be entirely real. This doesn't mean you should throw away your actual medical orthotics or the shoes your doctor prescribed. You are absolutely still going to need those for your morning power walks, your gardening, or long days of heavy walking. But when we wear those heavy, clinical, neon-accented sneakers with a beautiful pair of linen trousers or a nice casual dress out to lunch, it completely breaks the visual continuity of the outfit. It draws the eyes straight to the floor and makes the lower body look incredibly heavy. It signals a medicalized look rather than a fashionable one. The wonderful news is that the footwear world has completely caught up to our needs. You truly do not have to choose between physical pain and effortless elegance anymore. The realistic swap here is a streamlined, minimalist leather sneaker or a buttery soft leather loafer with a built-in supportive footbed. When you are shopping for a daily sneaker, look for an option that is completely monochromatic, either all white, all tan, or all black leather. Avoid the mesh panels, the aggressive athletic treads, and the bright contrast logos. Brands now build incredible arch support and memory foam layers directly inside these clean, minimalist designs. They still give your heels and toes the plush cushioning they need, but visually, they look sophisticated and European. If sneakers feel too casual for you, a classic almond toe leather loafer is your best friend. Look for unlined suedes or glove leathers that stretch and mold to the shape of your feet without rubbing or pinching. It takes a little bit of trial and error to find the exact brand that fits your specific foot width and arch, but once you find it, it changes everything. A clean, streamlined shoe elongates your leg line and anchors your outfit with quiet luxury. Let's do a quick community roll call right here because I want to make sure we aren't alone in this frustration. Pause the audio for just a second, go down to the comments and tell me how old are you, where are you tuning in from, and what is the single biggest shoe headache you are dealing with right now? Is it bunions, plantar fasciitis, or just the fact that every supportive shoe in the store looks like it belongs in a hospital? Don't worry about making it sound perfect. Just drop your age, your city, and your biggest foot frustration. I read every single comment personally, and seeing where you are in your style journey helps me know exactly what brands we need to test and review next on this channel. Moving down the body, let us tackle denim. A great pair of jeans is a staple of the modern American wardrobe, regardless of your age. However, a major style trap that many mature women fall into is what I call the sagging denim silhouette. These are typically mid-rise jeans made with way too much synthetic stretch material. When you first put them on in the morning, they feel amazing, almost like pajamas or leggings. But within an hour of walking around, sitting down, and moving, that synthetic fabric bags out completely at the knees, creates messy ripples along the thighs, and sags under the seat. This completely destroys our second major pillar, which is structure. Instead of holding you in and creating a clean line, the jeans begin to slide down, requiring you to constantly pull them up by the belt loops throughout the day. It creates an unsupported, untidy lower body silhouette. Now, a very common objection I hear from women when we talk about this is, but stifted traditional denim hurts my waist when I sit down for dinner, and it feels way too restrictive. And you are completely right. Nobody wants to feel suffocated by their clothes. You will still deal with some trial and error here, but the secret isn't giving up on denim altogether. It's simply looking closely at the fabric composition label before you buy. Instead of buying jeans that contain a high percentage of polyester and rayon mixed with spandex, look for denim that is at least 98% cotton and no more than 2% elastane or spandex. This tiny specific amount of stretch gives you all the comfort you need around the midsection when you sit down or bend over, but the high cotton content ensures the jeans retain their integrity and shape all day long. They won't bag out at the knees or sag at the waist. Pair that fabric with a mid to high rise and a straight leg or a subtle wide leg cut. A higher rise anchors the jeans comfortably at your natural waist, gently smoothing the stomach area without squeezing. Choosing a dark indigo wash, a deep charcoal, or a sophisticated creamy ecru instantly elevates the denim. It hides shadows, blurs lines, and makes a simple pair of jeans look just as polished and expensive as a high-end trouser. Before we move on to how we use color, I want to ask you a quick question, and I'd love for you to tell me down in the comments, what is the single hardest piece of clothing for you to find a proper fit for right now? Is it finding denim that doesn't gap at the waist, or is it discovering shoes that actually support your feet without looking clinical? Drop a comment below and share your experience. I read every single one of them, and I use your real-life answers to plan our upcoming style guides so we can solve these puzzles together. With that in mind, our fourth category is something I see beautifully intentioned women get wrong constantly, and it has to do with color. As our hair transitions to gorgeous shades of silver, gray, or bright white, and our skin tone naturally softens in its contrast, a lot of fashion advice tells us to stick strictly to soft, muted neutrals. The mistake here isn't the neutrals themselves, it is the flatness of how they are worn. When you wear a head-to-toe outfit made entirely of thin cotton jersey or basic linen in washed-out beige, muddy gray, or pale pastel pink without any contrast, it completely drains the vitality from your face. It creates a sort of visual camouflage where you blend entirely into the background. It creates an optical illusion of transparency, making it look as though you are actively trying to be invisible. To achieve that effortlessly expensive look, we want to shift our approach. We do this by focusing on our third pillar, fabric integrity, through either tonal texturing or rich, grounded neutrals. If you absolutely love wearing beige, cream, and white, you don't have to stop. The secret to making a monochromatic neutral outfit look incredibly high-end is to mix your textures. Instead of wearing a cotton top with cotton pants, try pairing a fluid, slightly lustrous silk or satin blouse with a matte, textured wool trouser and a sleek leather belt. When light hits different textiles within the same outfit, it creates visual depth and shadow. It stops the look from feeling flat and lifeless, making it look incredibly luxurious. On the other hand, do not be afraid to step into rich, high-saturation neutrals that provide a beautiful, striking frame for silver hair. Colors like deep navy blue, rich espresso chocolate brown, dark olive green, and elegant Bordeaux or wine tones are your secret weapon. These shades aren't bright or loud, so they won't make you feel self-conscious, but they have a depth that brings out the clarity in your skin and eyes. They make you look vibrant, present, and distinctly sophisticated. I have to ask for a bit of honesty here because I'm definitely guilty of this one myself. Go down to the comments and type the word guilty if you currently have at least one completely shapeless, washed out beige or gray top sitting in your closet right now that you bought because it felt safe, but every time you put it on, you feel totally invisible. Be honest with me, how many of those invisible pieces are hiding in your wardrobe? Let's talk about it down below, because realizing we all do this is the first step to fixing it together. Finally, let us talk about how we finish our outfits with accessories. There is a traditional style habit that many of us picked up decades ago, and it involves wearing matching department store jewelry sets or incredibly heavy, colorful statement necklaces made of multiple cords, beads, or plastic. We often buy these matching sets because they feel safe, organized, and easy. You don't have to think about it because the earrings match the necklace, which matches the bracelet perfectly. But in the modern style landscape, this rigid matching look instantly dates an outfit. It feels a bit like a costume from a bygone era. Furthermore, massive, heavy statement pieces worn right across the chest tend to visually weigh you down, pulling the eyes away from your face and cluttering your overall silhouette. It looks busy rather than intentional. Effortless elegance always relies on the art of restraint. Instead of reaching for a matching set, the upgrade here is to choose singular structural or sculptural metal pieces. A single pair of high-quality, medium-sized gold hoop earrings or a beautiful abstract silver cuff bracelet communicates so much more than a whole set of coordinated jewelry. Look for modern finishes like brushed gold, matte silver, or organic architectural shapes that look like wearable art. When you wear just one striking, well-made piece of jewelry, you allow the eye of the viewer to appreciate the quality of that specific item, and then their gaze naturally rests upon your face. You aren't overwhelming your outfit with noise. It signals a very confident, curated sensibility, someone who knows that her natural presence is the main event, and her jewelry is simply the elegant punctuation mark at the end of the sentence. Rethinking these 5 everyday items isn't about trying to look younger, and it certainly isn't about chasing fast-moving fashion trends that don't fit our lifestyles. It is entirely about honoring the wisdom, confidence, and beauty you already possess by choosing garments that actually support your body and show you care about your presentation. When you focus on clean lines, intentional structure, and high-quality fabrics, dressing becomes incredibly simple, predictable, and rewarding. You stop fighting your closet every morning because your pieces work together as an interconnected system. If you want to take this a step further and see exactly how to easily mix and match the pieces you already keep in your closet, listen to our next guide right here. We are going to break down 7 simple, time-tested outfit formulas that take less than 5 minutes to put together, but look incredibly chic and put together every single time. I will see you over there.